Welcome to Live Interactive English. Hello, everybody. I am Shane. Hey, off the phone.
Oh, sorry.
Too much screen time. Yeah. What were you doing now? Fixing your hair?
I was posting a photo on social media because I think I looked really cute today.
Oh, yeah. Well, you do look pretty cute. I do have to admit that.
But I will admit, yes, that was kind of rude. I have been brain rotting lately.
You've been brain rotting?
Yeah.
Okay, well.
Bad habit.
I noticed since I started exercising more, it's really reduced my screen time. I think getting out, even if you just go out and sure, you can go and do something that's really nice, like go to a park or whatever, but just even going around window shopping, doing things like that, socializing with friends.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Just kind of getting out of a space where you are kind of stuck by yourself in your own little world, looking at a screen. I think that's a good way to avoid brain rot.
You're right. I think putting yourself out there, getting out of the house, that reduces the time of which you can brain rot. Because when you're at home, you're in the comfort of your bed, your living room, your phone is right there, your charging cable's right there. You could brain rot for hours. But that is why I do things like I'm a baker. I love baking.
That's wonderful.
Right. So I would only look at my phone for a recipe, and that's it.
Okay, or maybe a YouTube video, of how to cook something.
Yeah, but that's not brain rot.
Yeah, no, so it's really good. You're doing something actively and getting off of the screen. That is the point. Okay, so let's learn more about how to battle. It's hard to say.
It's kind of a tongue twister.
It's tongue twister. How to battle brain rot.
Part 2.
Go.
The good news is that brain rot's effects aren't permanent, and there are many ways to fight it. One effective method is practicing mindfulness. This involves taking moments throughout the day to pause and focus on the present. For instance, breathing exercises or yoga can help calm your mind and improve your focus. Experts also recommend having screen-free times, such as during meals or before bed. Another strategy is to take up new activities that don't involve technology. For example, you could aim to replace 30 minutes of YouTube videos with something creative, such as journaling or painting.
Welcome to Live Interactive English, and we are continuing how to battle brain rot. This is part 2.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you continue reading.
Okay. The good news is that brain rot's effects aren't permanent. And there are many ways to fight it. That's good to hear because when something is permanent, that means that lasts forever. So for example, the museum has a permanent collection of ancient art, which means that's always going to be there.
It's always going to be there.
Or like a tattoo is permanent.
Unless the museum burns down or something. But the idea, the concept is that it should be there forever.
Right, like it's not going to change anytime soon.
That's right, okay. One effective method is practicing mindfulness.
It's a lot harder than it sounds though.
It is.
Yeah.
This involves taking moments throughout the day to pause and focus on the present. So being mindful, mindfulness is really, it's almost like you can kind of think about it as meditation.
Yeah.
Where you're really just trying to be in the moment,
focus on your
stay
breathing.
in the moment, focus on your breathing, those types of things.
Yeah.
Right? And it's important, really, I think, to be in the present.
For sure.
Right?
Well, I think what the context of this is usually also talking about, a lot of times people are looking at something cool and they want to show their friends. So they think, I should take a photo of that and send them right now instead of enjoying what's in front of them.
Or you post something and then you're looking back on well, why didn't anybody like this? What's wrong with this picture?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 that kind of thing.
So continuing on, for instance, breathing exercises or yoga can help calm your mind and improve your focus. So this is something physical in terms of practicing mindfulness and staying present. You're literally forcing your body to stay present.
So breathe. That's what I'm doing now. So breathe is to take air into your lungs and send it out again through your nose or through your mouth. So for example, the doctor told him to breathe slowly and relax.
And that's usually when people are thinking stay present, that's an easier way to get into it.
Yeah. I know a lot of times when I am on my phone and there's a lot of exciting stuff on social media, it kind of gets you a little bit worked up, you know?
Politics, news, scary stuff.
Yeah, or super cute stuff, or sometimes it's
cute cats.
Yeah, there can be like cute cats. You can start getting cute aggression. Cute aggression, where it's like, so good.
Yeah. Hey, take a breath.
Okay. All right. Experts also recommend having screen-free times, such as during meals or before bed.
Okay, so I actually do this, and it's kind of out of necessity because I find that if I'm looking at my phone within 30 minutes of when I'm supposed to be going to sleep, I actually just end up getting more energized. And then I can't fall asleep, which there is scientific proof that looking at screens actually kind of disturb your sleep.
Yeah. And I think it's particularly phones, tablets, these types of things.
Yeah.
So I know that watching television for me, I can still fall asleep while I'm watching television.
Well, it's not so close too.
Yeah. And you're not so active. You're not really like holding and scrolling and moving. You're just kind of more passive and more relaxed.
Like background noise.
Right.
Continuing on with the article, another strategy is to take up new activities that don't involve technology. And you were just talking about that, going outside, looking at the view, things that don't require...
hiking, biking, swimming, doing all kinds of activities.
So things that don't require screens or things like technology, right? So we have this word strategy, and it is basically a thought-out plan / way of doing something. So for example, their marketing strategy helped increase sales.
Okay. So for example, you could aim to replace 30 minutes of YouTube videos with something creative, such as journaling, writing down your thoughts, or painting.
Right.
Okay, so to replace is a verb. It means to be used instead of something else or instead of somebody else. To do something instead of something else.
So taking one thing
and doing another thing instead of the other thing. All right, so for example, the factory replaced the broken machines with modern equipment.
Well, I have learned quite a lot just from this part, but we will take a quick break and find out how we can get rid of this brain rotting.
All right, fantastic. See you on the other side of the break.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。第一天的课程介绍了 brain rot 脑腐的意思，还有对我们的负面影响。那好消息是，脑腐的影响并不是永久的，而且有很多方法可以对抗它。一个有效的方法就是练习正念。这不是说正向思考哦，这其实是需要你在一天当中抽出片刻，停下来，专注在当下，像是可能做呼吸练习啊，或是瑜伽来帮助平静心灵，增强你的专注力。那么专家也建议说，可以设置无荧幕时间，像是可以在吃饭期间或者是睡前不看荧幕。好，单字 permanent 是形容永久的、长久的。breathe 这个动词它表示呼吸。那补充单字 mindfulness 这个名词表示正念，它是由 mindful 形容觉察的正念的，然后加上名词字尾 ness 所组成的。Shane 老师这时候有提到 meditation 就是冥想 meditation， 那 meditation 可以指冥想或沉思的意思。课文提到另外一个策略是开始从事不涉及科技的新活动，也许你就可以把看 YouTube 影片30分钟的时间来换成一些有创意的活动，可能像是写日志啊、画图等等。单字 strategy 它表示策略、战略或是行动计划。replace 这个动词则表示取代、替换，我们可以用 replace A with B 来表达用 B 取代 A。那这边有一个重点，我们要进入文法时间。 这边我们来介绍 take up 的不同意思。第一个呢，它可以表达开始从事，可能是开始从事某个活动啊、兴趣、工作等等，后面是接名词或动名词。例如 She's been thinking about taking up the piano. 她一直在考虑要开始学钢琴。那第二个意思可以表达占据、占用或是花费，可能是占据了时间、空间或精力等等。例如The bed takes up most of the room. 那张床占据了房间大部分的空间。第三个意思，它可以表达接受，可能像是接受某个挑战、邀约或是提议等等。例如 I'm willing to take up the challenge. 我愿意接受挑战。好，那接回到课文中。
Parents can help kids by encouraging fun family activities like playing board games or going on outdoor adventures. Research shows that spending time in nature can significantly improve mental function and mood. Even something as simple as a 10-minute walk outside can make a big difference. Aside from that, making time for face-to-face experiences with loved ones is another way to improve emotional well-being. As more people recognize the risks of brain rot, they are finding ways to keep their minds healthy. By making some small changes, anyone can keep their brain sharp and avoid the rot.
Welcome back from the break. Before the break, we actually learned about some strategies that can help you at home kind of get rid of all that brain rot. So, Shane is doing one of those strategies, which is breathing, staying present, being mindful. Okay, so that means doing yoga or doing something that can bring your attention to your breathing.
Okay, so let's continue. Parents can help kids by encouraging fun family activities like playing board games or going on outdoor adventures.
Check and check. I love both of those.
Yeah, board games are really fun. Do you have a favorite board game?
Cluedo.
Cluedo?
Yeah.
I've never played it.
Yeah.
Okay,
What?
you'll have to teach me. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, continue.
Okay.
Don't get mad at me.
I'm going to. Okay, so continuing on. Research shows that spending time in nature can significantly improve mental function and mood. Yeah, I can attest to that. Even something as simple as a 10-minute walk outside can make a big difference. So before those of you at home say, oh, but I live in the city. There's no park. First of all, we live in Taiwan. There are many parks, even in the city.
That's true.
And regardless of whether or not you live in the city or in the countryside, just go outside.
You know, it really does reset you, too.
It does.
Yeah, so even if it's just a walk, even if you're just going to walk to the convenience store.
Just leave the house.
Leave the house.
Yeah.
Go out and refresh yourself, because oftentimes when you are on the phone, you get yourself just stuck. You get stuck.
Yeah.
And I feel that it leads to a lot of depression.
Yeah.
So getting out and interacting with people, interacting with nature, things like that, I really think it helps to improve your mood.
Right, exactly. And so we have this word research, and research is to find more information about something. So clearly a lot, because brain rotting is so prevalent or so right now in society, a lot of research is going to, look into this because they want to look for a solution. So, for example, research shows that people are living longer than ever before.
Well, that's good. That's good to know.
That is good.
That's good to know. Okay. Aside from that, making time for face-to-face experiences with loved ones is another way to improve emotional well-being.
See, a lot of people say, well, I'm texting my friends, but you're not there with them physically.
Well, we were talking earlier about like meals and stuff like that. Do you make it a habit when you're eating, if you go to a restaurant or something like that, to put your phone aside and not? Yeah.
I actually just now at lunch, I forgot my phone at the restaurant because I was so in the conversation that I left without my phone because I just put it down once the other person comes.
Yeah, that's a really good thing to do. It's good to have these face-to-face experience, having real conversation with real people, especially, good friends or family, people that you love and care about, right? And that's really going to help your emotional well-being. Now, when we say well-being, we just mean general health and happiness.
Right.
So for example, we try to ensure the well-being of all our employees.
Right, so that could mean physical and also mental well-being.
Correct.
Continuing on, as more people recognize the risks of brain rot, they are finding ways to keep their minds healthy. By making some small changes, anyone can keep their brain sharp and avoid the rot. And see, when we see this word rot, we think of vegetables and fruits that are just like, those time-lapse videos of them going like, blah, that's kind of what's happening to your brain. Obviously not physically.
Yeah, it's like also like, there's another word, decompose.
Yes!
Yeah, just kind of just falling apart.
You can say that's what's happening to your soul, your mental state, okay?
All right, well, we have a what do you think question. Okay, the question is, how will you prevent brain rot in the future?
Honestly, I think we're pretty good examples of people that probably won't suffer from brain rot because I think we naturally have a good way of balancing, okay, enough is enough. I think I've looked at my screen too much, and I think we have a lot of hobbies,
Well,
right?
I have noticed that one place I could definitely make improvements is on public transportation.
Oh.
I do end up staring at my phone quite a
Okay.
bit. I like doing like online shopping and
Guilty.
stuff like that.
Okay,
So
fine.
I think in the future, maybe I will bring a book with me instead or read something,
Right.
rather than just swiping on, social media or shopping. Like I like to do a lot of online shopping and I can literally feel my brain rotting.
Well, okay, you know what? In the future, you should just delete those apps. I know. We got to start slow. We have to start slow.
Start
slow, okay?
Well, that's all the time we have. Hopefully you enjoyed the lesson, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
课文接着提到，家长也可以借由有趣的家庭活动，像是玩桌游啊，或是进行户外探险来帮助孩子。研究显示，接触大自然可以显著改善心理功能和情绪。Winnie 老师很认同，老师刚刚就说 I can attest to that。我可以证明这一点。那么 attest 这个动词是拼作 attest， 它表示证明、证实。那么之后常常会接 to。那么老师刚刚还有提到脑腐是现今普遍的现象，老师用到形容词 prevalent，prevalent 可以形容盛行的或普遍的。好，那课文单字 research 表示研究、调查，它通常是当作不可数名词。那么课文最后提到说，随着越来越多人认识到脑腐的风险，人们正在寻找保持心智健康的方法。那借由做出一些小小的改变，任何人都可以让脑袋保持灵光，避免腐化。那刚刚讲到腐化的时候 ，Shane 老师有用到一个动词叫 decompose，decompose 表示分解或者是使腐烂的意思。这边有一个重点，我们要进入文法时间。这边我们来学习 keep 加受词加受词补语，表示使什么保持怎么样的状态。keep 在这边就是指使维持处于某状态。那它的受词后面要接补语来说明状态。受词补语可以用形容词、现在分词 VING、过去分词 PP 或者是介系词片语。那我们这边造两个例句。John keeps himself fit by swimming. John 借由游泳让自己维持身体强健，这边用到形容词 fit 当补语。I'll keep you posted. 我会让你随时得知最新情况的，这边用到过去分词 posted 来当补语。好，那以上今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
The good news is that brain rot's effects aren't permanent, and there are many ways to fight it. One effective method is practicing mindfulness. This involves taking moments throughout the day to pause and focus on the present. For instance, breathing exercises or yoga can help calm your mind and improve your focus. Experts also recommend having screen-free times, such as during meals or before bed. Another strategy is to take up new activities that don't involve technology. For example, you could aim to replace 30 minutes of YouTube videos with something creative, such as journaling or painting. Parents can help kids by encouraging fun family activities like playing board games or going on outdoor adventures. Research shows that spending time in nature can significantly improve mental function and mood. Even something as simple as a 10-minute walk outside can make a big difference. Aside from that, making time for face-to-face experiences with loved ones is another way to improve emotional well-being. As more people recognize the risks of brain rot, they are finding ways to keep their minds healthy. By making some small changes, anyone can keep their brain sharp and avoid the rot.
Oh, I cannot believe that this huge band is coming to our little town. Are you going?
Going? Well, what band? What band are you talking about? I don't know any band that is going to come to our town.
It's been all over the news and social media. Haven't you heard? What, have you been living under a rock?
Living under a rock? I live in a nice apartment in the city. Why would I live under a rock?
No, I don't literally mean you live under a rock. It's just a saying that means that you are just like, you have totally no idea what's going on around you in the world.
Okay, fine. I just don't really keep up with current events. But maybe I should start paying attention and check out the band that you mentioned.
Definitely should go.
Which one are you talking about?
Hey everyone! Today we're going to explain the idiom live under a rock.
It's a funny saying, isn't it? It means to be unaware or ignorant of the information that most people know.
Right, for example, if someone asks you if you've seen the latest viral video and you have no clue, they might jokingly say, what, have you been living under a rock?
The phrase is not meant to be taken literally. It's just a playful way to express surprise that someone is not up to date on common knowledge or pop culture.
Right, you can also use it when someone doesn't know about a major event. Like, you didn't hear about the big game last night? Have you been living under a rock?
So, if someone uses this phrase with you, don't worry. It's usually meant as a joke. However, it can also be a gentle reminder to take a look at the world outside every now and then.
And that's all for today. Remember, there's a lot to explore out there, so make sure you're not living under a rock.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.